let's have a look. Where's TikTok? Alright, 1 second. Let's see if that's loading. Are we live? We are live. Okay, 1 second. Oh, it disappeared. We don't want the live to disappear. Right, am I... can I actually click on it? Here we go. Brilliant. Okay, let me put some music on in my ears. Because I need something to fill my ears today. Why is no music playing through? Unless my headphones are off. Give me a second, folks. I'm just trying to figure out... Oh no, my headphones were on. Why is there's no sound then? I do not understand this. Maybe if I connect them to here to be on a... If you connect that, and then... Oh, because it's on my other desktop, that's probably why I hit this computer. And then... Is that connected to my... Oh, no, that's the wrong one, so that's my on-air earbuds, which we don't want, and we want my TV to stay on. Thank you very much. And remind me later. Okay, oh my god, we've got all the pop-ups firing today. There we go. Sorry guys, welcome to the live stream if you're new here. So today I'm going to be working on page 18 of the Thieves Stuff from Death, so I hope you can join me for a little bit this evening. I don't think it'll be a very long stream today, so you know, we'll do a bit of inking, maybe a bit of screen toning as well. But yeah, we'll see how far we get. I don't think it's going to be a very long stream, but we'll see what happens, right? So, as you guys can tell, there's a lot of crying in this chapter, so we're going to have to get a bit creative with how we present this. So, I guess we'll just tackle this first panel first. But bear with me, because I might be a bit, I guess, picky with how I want to present this, but I might use pencil throughout this panel, just because whenever I do crying panels I tend to be really loose with the strokes, so I think I might just continue that through. But yeah, I hope you're all having a great evening today, folks. As I said, I'm going on holiday very soon, so I think this is probably the last stream before I go on holiday. I mean, I I say this with a big might, live stream tomorrow. It depends how busy I am. It depends how packed I am and ready to go on my cruise I am, so, but we'll see, maybe I'll live stream tomorrow as well, but yeah, it really depends how busy I am. Yeah, it's like, if I get things packed early enough and ready to go, then I should be able to live stream again. But I've also got some script writing to finish off as well, but that's almost done as well, so, again, like, there's a big might on if I live stream tomorrow or not, but we'll see. I'll let people know in the Discord if I am or not, but, you know, if I'm not doing it tomorrow, then it will be my last live stream for a while, folks, because, again, I'm going to be away for a week, so... so you're going to be without live streams for a bit. Alright, so if we bring that direction, go down there. Right, okay, and then I just want a bit of a bigger shadow down there, and down here too. Okay, brilliant. And then, I guess if we draw this hand in as well. We put that in. That goes down that way. Okay, and then we've got to draw these other knuckles in as well. Right, and then if we zoom in a bit, see what I'm doing a bit easier. Right, and then we're drawing this line down there, bring that back up. Right, and we bring that down. Also, I haven't been live streaming for the last few days, I should say this also, because I've been ill for the last, like, 3 days. So, you know, I missed work because I've been ill, same with, you know, live streaming and such. I've just been very very ill, so I'm doing a lot better today. I feel more like myself today than I have been for the last 3 days. So you know, this is why I've been able to work pretty consistently on this page, you know, today. So luckily I'm feeling a little bit better before I go on holiday, because like it would have been the worst thing if I went ill on holiday. So I'd rather it happen now that I was ill. So in a way I'm kind of thankful that it happened beforehand that I was ill, even though it's not nice to be ill, right? So but I'm glad it came beforehand. Thanks for all the likes, guys, I really appreciate it. And then bring that on that way. Right, okay. And then if I draw the rest of the hair strands, because his hair is kind of flowing on his face down here, because it is flowing in that direction. Right, and then if bring like one strand down there maybe, and maybe 2 strands like that coming down that way. It looks alright. And if we bring this hairline down that way, and we bring that up there. Brilliant, okay. Bring that portion, and then this will actually, if we draw the ear in first for here. Right, and then if we bring that down as well. And if we bring that across, and then you want that pony to go all the way back. And then this pony is also floating in the air here. So if we draw like another strand coming out here, just add a little bit of volume to it. Alright, and then I think I might bring that in sooner. And then I just want to get my vector rubber out. There we go. Alright, and then if we bring that down this way. Alright, and then if we draw some tears going down that way. Same with down here. And bring the rest of his jaw down there. Okay, and then, okay, let's figure out how we're going to draw the rest of these tears in here. Alright, so we need to draw his bottom lash in. And then I kind of want to keep this pretty loosey-goosey. Alright, and then we've got also this one over here too, but I kind of want to put that sort of thing in. Because I think this one we're going to see go directly down. Do you have a website that I can see your art on? Yeah. It said if you search my name or just LED Dow, I have a website called leddow.com. Obviously, it's not really the first thing that us to know when you look at Google, but it's leddow.com. Is my main website, so you can find everything on here. You can find all the links to my comics, my artworks, etc. Or you can click the link in my bio, which would be my lit link, and that has all my links to all of my socials, and obviously my manga as well. So if you're looking for like all of my links, that's the best place to look. Okay, and then bring that in. Thanks for all the likes, folks. I really appreciate it. I hope you're all having a wonderful evening. I said I'm just relaxing, and hopefully, well, it's not really relaxing when you're drawing someone crying, but I mean, it is what it is. That's what I'm drawing this evening, so. Right, and then bring that down that way. Right, okay, and then bring that down there. Okay, and then we can probably just make this all black down here. Like that, okay. And I just kind of want to put a deeper shadow just below his teeth here too. Alright, okay, and then if we draw the rest of this eye in. Bring that in. I'm going to check now. Yeah, go ahead. It said you can find like better quality versions on my website, so please enjoy looking through everything. To be fair, I need to update my website a little bit, just because some things, you know, doesn't show some of my latest artworks, but like you should get like a general gist of what I do for my website. Thank you so much for all the follows, guys. I really appreciate it. Alright, and to bring that down that way. Alright, and then we've got some creases down there. Alright, and then I kind of want a little bit of shading in there too. And maybe down here too. Okay, and then eyelashes. Alright, and then this one is a closed eye, but we still want some tears showing up down here, which I don't know, we could probably draw it going down his face. It's just a bit difficult to do it at this angle, that's all. Like you kind of want a big water ball here. What's the digital tablet you're using? I'm using a Cintiq 32. So it's by Wacom. That's the tablet I'm using. I love this thing. It's my favorite thing in the world. I highly recommend it. Obviously, it's quite expensive though to own. But I am so glad I invested in it. Right, if we put this eyelash in. Alright, and then we kind of want his eye to crease slightly down here too. And eyebrow in. Alright, and then eyebrow bones as well. And then I've got another spare tear down there. Right, and then I'm just thinking we probably just want that to go slightly up as well. There you go. Okay, brilliant. And then if we draw some blushy stuff now, because he's been crying. I have to remember where all of this stuff is now. Where is this? Oh yeah, it's up here. Okay. So, I don't know, probably something like that we probably need. And then we can always go in with a second layer in that. And then if we bring that up slightly too. And slightly more up in the middle of his nose. There we go. But yeah, it'll look a lot better once I get some screen tone into it. That will stand out a lot more, but that will do for now. Alright, so bring that down that way. Right, I'm using a Wacom 470. I'm looking for new ultra screen. Oh, I see, you're using like an Intuos kind of sort of tablet at the moment then, I guess. I don't really know like the new versions of the Intuoses, but I presume that's kind of similar to an Intuos. Thank you so much for liking the streams, guys. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate all the follows as well. Right, and then bring that down that way. Right, I'm just going to make this slightly bolder at the bottom here. Right, and then if we add a little bit of shadow down there. Right, and then another line down there, and then neckline. Right, okay, and then, oh yes, we've got the pillar here, so let's draw the pillar in. Right, and then this is his palm line going down here. Or the start of his forearm, I should say, really. Okay, and then got the collar of his shirt there, and then a bit of fabric you're gonna see as well. Right, and then the outside of his vest. I'm just gonna grab this ref for a sec. That's actually what he's wearing. Hello, welcome to the live stream. A very old one, small, like a book size. Bought it whilst you during uni, like 6 years ago. Yeah, I know which one you're on about then. Yeah, so there. I don't tend to see like old school Wacom tablets like that anymore. What tablet do you used to draw on? Cintiq 32. I think it's the biggest art tablet on the market. I believe. I could be completely mistaken. Maybe someone's done something bigger than that now. But yeah, Cintiq 32 is what I'm using. Right, okay, and then we've got a bit of his hand showing down here on the pillar itself. And then we want a bit of his knuckle in here too. That's fine. I'm just going to make this slightly bolder. I mean, most of this will be probably in shadow anyway, but I mean, we can always do like some hatching on it. We'll show that it's in shadow. Okay, and then, oh yeah, when you draw the bottom lip line here, so let's draw that in. Alright, let's flip. Okay, it's looking alright flipped actually. It's not looking half bad. I just maybe not make the draw as prominent maybe. Put something like that in instead. And then maybe one more stray coming down there, maybe. And then maybe some stress lines on the eyes down there too, like how we have it on this side. What else can I add? I don't know if I can add anything. I think that looks alright. I think like once we get screen tones put in, because you know it should show all the blushy effects a little bit better. But like let's work on something else. So let's turn that off. There you go. Alright, okay, and then we've got clenched fist over here. So this panel should be fairly easy to do. So this is not 23, it's not panel 23, it's panel 2. So let's work on that next. I think we can just go in with pen with this one. I'm not going to use pencil again. So let's go back to my default pen. Bring that in. And bring that down that way. Right, and then we want a bit of shadow down there. Alright, and then we've got to remember the knuckle comes down that way, down this way. Right, and then if we draw this finger in now. And then we probably also want to draw this one in too, because this one's kind of coming in at a slightly different angle. Same with this one. And then that one comes down that way, but we'll actually see maybe a little bit of the finger fold down there. Right, and then this is where his thumb should be coming out, technically. Right. Right, I'm just going to make this slightly thicker on this side, just so it's supposed to be overlapping. So move down here. There we go. Hey, welcome back to the live stream. How are you doing? It's been a while since I've live streamed, but I've been ill, so there you go. That's my excuse for why I haven't been live streaming. Been ill for the last 3 days. But we're back on the grind. We're back on the grind until I go on holiday on Friday, so... Right, and then bring that down that way. I presume the Discord notification went out, right? I presume so. I'm not actually pinged for Discord notifications for when I go live, but I presume it went off. Oh, you got to record yours? Don't worry, yeah, it said I've been gone because I've been ill, but I haven't gone on holiday yet, but you're close. I will be going on holiday on Friday. I said I'll be away for a week, so it will be quite a bit of a break. Effects. Where's my effect brushes? Oh, here we go. Okay. Right, we definitely want that. Okay. Right, okay. And then I was just trying to think on how to make his hand look a bit more clenched here. But again, I'm not the best at drawing hands. Just show that. Unless I add a bit more detail to the knuckles, maybe. But I mean, I can draw like little veins in, I guess, but I don't know. Like, Malkin's hands are supposed to be fairly soft rather than more bony, really, I guess. I don't know. I'll just leave it like that. It should be fine. I guess I could bring that out, but yeah. Okay, I'll just leave it. I'll leave it. And we could just write out clench. So we bring that down. Oh yes, let's do that. Alright. Then we can make this a movement sound effects. So let's enlarge that. I'm taking a break from the drawing for something else, but I'm 3/4 of the completions. Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. Is it like I'm someone who literally I have to get a drawing done until I move on to the next one. Like I am someone who hyperfixates onto like one drawing and then moves on to the next. Like I'm not someone who moves on easily. I can't multitask is what I'm trying to say. Right, and then I just want a short one. Good. He is moving his fingers in. Bring it down that way. There we go. Okay, and then I'll merge those together. Brilliant. Okay, and then I'm just going to move these ones up here. Okay, and then if I get rid of these ones, the clothes are the best. Yeah, clothes I enjoy drawing. Someone told me to do something else and take a break and come back. So you're all good. I'm taking advice. Yeah, he said. I know I work really weirdly, so you know, he said when I'm a very rare person. I feel like to hyperfixate on one drawing and not being able to move on unless I get it done. So it's why I don't like moving from page to page. It's why I don't work on multiple pages at once. I just like focusing on one and getting it done with. Oh, where's her flowers? Here we go. Right, we need one good flower. That will do. Right, so that's slightly hidden up that way. Right, and then let's get rid of that. And then let's get rid of that way. Brilliant, okay. And then we've got full on skull fleur here. So we'll be drawing that. So it should be kind of horror-esque. Not like full on horror, but like, I mean, her face is melting, so. Right, and then bring that down that way. Bring that down here. Right, and then same down here. I probably will add more detail to that flower up there actually, just because I feel like this panel in general will be a bit more detailed compared to usual. Thank you so much for all the follows, guys. I really appreciate it. Also, in a month, I'm going to get a tablet. I've been talking about it a lot. Yay! It said it'd be exciting to get a tablet. It said I feel like you'd really enjoy it. Was it melting by acid? No. I mean, the thing is, it's like, the only time, like, sort of an acid has been used is, like, someone's fangs are venomous, which the only person's fangs who are venomous, is Snake Guy. If you know who Snake Guy is. He's also called Maureen. Snake Guy is kind of, like, the only person with, like, venom, I guess, as you will, with like acidic properties. But like her face is literally melting off, but it's not acidic in nature. It is just magical in nature. It's just how vampires work in this world. Is that their face basically gets removed and then re-established again. Like, it's really weird. Sorry, I can't really type right today. It's alright, don't worry. It's that I'm not looking over at chat like quick enough really to, you know, before you correct yourself, so do not worry. Right, okay, and then bring that up there. Right, and then we got some of her eyebrow showing here. Not all of it, because again, half of her face is melting, but right, and then we've got some dripping action down here. And we've got some more drops kind of going down that way. Right, brilliant. And then some of her face should be reforming down here a bit. So let's draw that, because it's like this bottom part of her face is fine. Right, okay, and then she's got a jaw going down this way. Maybe that would be it. Oh my word, we're already at 2k likes. I don't know who's been spamming, but thank you very much. Someone's obviously been spamming. Right, and we're going to bring that way. Alright, and then put a shadow in there. Alright, and then we'll do this side as well. You got like teeth showing down here. Sorry, I should probably emphasize these are teeth I'm drawing right now. Alright, and then that goes down there. Gives us a jaw to go up here. Right, and then the shadow needs to go in that part. Right, and then that goes up that way. And then we can bring some of that in. And then that needs to go down that way. And we've drawn some shadow lines down there. Right, and then if we draw her bottom part here, so we've got some like stressed bottom lip here, and then her fangs are also showing up here. And that's kind of showing too. I really like Carlotte's eye colour from, if you've seen her eyes, you would fall in love with them. I'm actually drawing her. You know, kind of break from. Yeah, I don't know who you're talking about. I'll be honest with you. I don't think I've ever heard of that character before. Right, if we bring that down that way. Alright, and then we bring some more stress lines down here. Right, okay, and then we've got more down here as well. Alright, and then I kind of want some of like the upper layer showing just a tad. And then down here too. Alright, and then the rest can be like that. Alright, and then we've got a bit of bone line and shaping down here. Same down there. Alright. Okay, and then we've got a bit of bone structure that goes down here too. And same down here. And then that's from the eye. And then same over here. Right, and then we've got some more lines down here by the nose. And some seam lines for the skull as well here. You see, so we feel so visual, and I'm a man. Whoever drew is that is a legend. He said you have to like send an image in Discord because I'll have a look. Yeah, because I have no clue who they are, so. Alright, okay, and then put some shadow down here as well. Okay, it doesn't really matter if I'm messy, because it's... The thing is, the messier it looks, the more creepy it will look. So for me, I'm not too worried about it being pristine, because, like, I think, like, a top tip for, like, drawing, like, more scary frames is, like, be really loose with it. Is, like, the best advice I can kind of give. Alright, and then bring that down there. Alright, and then bring that down that way. Right, and then we've definitely got some shadow in here, so if we that black, but I kind of also want to maybe do some pencil lines behind that, kind of like that. Because I kind of almost want it glowing in some regards. Like, I don't want it to be, like, super obvious. Kind of like that, maybe. I don't know. Maybe if we get this other eye done, we can have a look at it. Oh, I've just been peeing. Where did I send it? Just send it in general. General's fine. Oh, where am I drawing? It's good I'm drawing on a rubber layer at the moment, which is not what I wanted. Alright, so bring that back over here. Again, we'll draw some shading down here. And we bring that way. Right, and bring the shadows up here. Right, okay, and then again, we've got the black that we need to put in. So if we select what we need for this, which is here. Right, and then if we do the same hatching effect, there we go. Right, and then we draw more of the bone structure here. Right, oh yeah, and then we're gonna have some stress lines here too. Alright, I'm just trying to think. I think maybe if we added a little bit of structure up here too would help. Technically, you can have like stress lines coming up this way too. Go like that way. Alright, okay. Alright, and then I kind of just want to add some big shadows now. Right, and then maybe some maybe here. Bigger ones down there maybe. Okay, you tagged me, let me have a look. Here she is. I hope you like her colours. I didn't draw this just from Pinterest. Oh, she's so pretty. She is pretty. I love her colour scheme. She's got a really nice outfit too. They're so cute. No, I like her. She looks sick. Also, I think was Corey saying something? Yeah. Oh, I guess Corey's in here in a moment. I thought that he was saying that the live stream wasn't working. It's like, no, they were just saying if the thingy was working and was working. Yeah, so Corey had me worried for a second there. I know, I just want to say I'm sleeping so hard. That's not normal for me. I feel you. There's only like certain anime characters that do that for me as well. I totally get it. Alright, that goes up that way. Alright, then we've got another like drip down there. Okay, and then her clothing. Got a seam down there. Alright, and then can't forget her collarbone, which is what I forgot in her sketch here, which is fine. Right, and that goes down that way. Bring that down that way. Also, I'm sure I'll share some photos for my holiday on Discord, or just my social media in general. But yeah, it's I should be probably fairly quiet, like from Friday onwards for a week. So I do apologise in advance. You know, if I'm pretty quiet, I'm on holiday, which I'm sure would make sense if you guys know I'm on holiday. But it means if I get this page done though, it means I'm halfway done with chapter 11, which is like a major milestone because I'd love to get the previews up on Patreon before I go on holiday. So if I get this page done, it means I'm able to do that. So I'm sure Sil will be happy once I get those previews up. Hi Corey, how you doing? Thank you so much for the follow, Armin. I really appreciate it. It's just the moment I saw her, I was like, what are these colours? I need them. They are so pretty. She also looks pretty. I'm angry because XP Pen has increased the price of the drawing tablet I've been saving up for. Oh no. Yeah, I said that sucks, man. That sucks. And I said, I do feel for you. This is why I also buy tablets second hand. So I don't set myself up for disappointment like that. Right, and then if we put a white background binder here. Right. Oh, that's not what we want. We want it white. 1 second. There we go. Okay, and then we need to remove some of this as well. Go down there. Okay, brilliant. And then the background will be black here. So just like that. Okay, and then if we do that. Right, and then actually I might just turn the sketch on for a second here. Because I do want to draw the shadow line before I put the green tones in for this layer. So I'm just going to draw it in. Because I usually draw it in on the face. There we go. So we kind of know. Try and remember that line, folks. Because that's my shadow line. And we need that for the green tones. Alright, okay, and then I'm going to preview this for a second before we move on to the other panels, just because we haven't previewed it yet. Anyways, I'm going to change the topic. How have you... Have you tried Arion before? I don't know what that is. Hard to find clean second-hand stuff. Yeah, I get that. So I think I'd just be quite lucky with what I've been able to get second-hand. Oh yeah, I forgot. You guys haven't seen this left page. Because I did this off stream. There's this entire left page here. I never live streamed any of it. So I do apologize for that. I did finish this page though. Alright, again. I think everything's fine. I think it's only like I'd increase the line width of this panel, but I kind of want it to be thin as well. Because the thing is with the crying panels, and this is what I've always done for Larkin, whenever he's crying, his line art tends to be a bit thinner when he's crying. Because it makes him look a bit more gentle in a way. I don't know if that makes sense to people, but it makes sense to me from an artistic standpoint. Anyways, this one should be a bit more violent. So let's rock at this one. But she has the same colours as my profile pic. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you get it. Because I feel like whenever I try and explain these things, I feel like it doesn't make sense to people I'm trying to talk to about it. I feel like, unless you're an artist, you won't get it, in a way. But it's like, the effect it has on the reader does matter, you know, it does have an impact, so that's why I tend to do it thinner. Right, and that goes down that way. What is the manga about? Yeah, so you follow a downtrodden scientist called Larkin. Let me see if I can get my physical book. It's all the way over here still. 1 second. Yeah, you follow a downtrodden scientist called Larkin, and he finds a mysterious book that leads him down a path of mystery, magic, and murder. So this is Larkin here, or just a person who I'm drawing crying in these panels at the moment. And essentially, one night he's attacked by a vampire, and he's saved by the secondary protagonist here, who's called Fletcher, and basically saves his life. But they find out the next morning that Larkin's been framed for murder. Specifically, the boss, his boss, has been murdered. So basically, it's all about this like adventure into a new magical world, trying to clear Larkin's name. So if you like your detective agency sort of stories, it's set in Victorian era Bath, in England, in 1893. So if you kind of like series like Case of the Vanitas, Bunker Stray Dogs, Black Butler, like those sort of vibes, you probably like my manga. I think that's the closest comparison I can really give. Hiya, how are you doing, Agent? Also, I'm drawing the same pic I sent you on Discord. Ooh, so I hope it turns out well. Alright, and then bring that down that way. Alright, brilliant. Okay, and then I'll bring that up that way. We draw his chin going out that way. Again, he's supposed to be a bit more violent in this panel crying, so we could be a bit more rough with him than usual. Alright, and then that goes down that way. And down there. Alright, and then that's the teeth. And down there. Alright, and then bring that down there. Brilliant. Okay, and then I think, I mean, I could make this pure black, but I kind of want to do like that little line effect that you might see sometimes in manga. So I'm just going to do that manually. Usually I get like a line tool to do this, but it's fine if it's rough for this one, because again, everything's rough for this one. There you go. The schedule's almost perfect, not gonna lie. I'm so glad for you. Also, I got a new mechanical pencil yesterday, so comfy. Is that the I feel like you linked me that pencil that you got you got today. I feel like in a previous stream I think you told me what pencil it was. I've got like a vague memory. Well, someone just told me a pencil that they use. Right, okay, and then we need a little bit of stress lines down there. Yeah, the Pentel graph gear. Yes. Oh, I'm glad you like it. Is it I've always like worried with mechanical pencils if it's going to be comfy in my hand or not. So that's why I tend to use the standard pencils. But I'm glad you found a mechanical pencil that works with you. It makes your life so much easier and a lot cheaper in the long run if you've got a mechanical pencil that you like. Right, and then eyelashes. Right, and then this one is going down his face. Oh yeah, and then there is going to be tears kind of falling off of his face down here. I forgot about that. Alright, let's draw this line back in then. I'm going to redraw that back in. There we go. Okay, and then I kind of want to put a little bit of a sheen onto him as well. Alright, okay, and then his eyes. Right, and then draw it down there. And down here. Okay, and then I kind of want to... I mean, I could put a line in his mouth here, I'll be fair. Alright, okay, let's draw the rest of his eye before I get distracted again. Right, and then that goes down there. Bring that up here. It may be better where you can actually feel what you're doing. I don't know if it's not. Yeah, I get what you mean. That looks amazing. Thank you so much. I apologize if you haven't seen this entire page. This is what I'm working on at the moment. Instead, I'm working on the halfway point of my next chapter of my manga currently. Thank you. But if you feel to read the pencil, so you feel the pencil is not as light, but it's the fact that you can feel it. Yeah. I like a heavy pencil. A heavy pencil that is a bit weighty in my hand is what I much prefer than something super light. Because if it's super light, I feel like it flings out of my hand all the time. So I do prefer a heavier pencil. I know, right? Yeah. Yeah, I feel like a lighter pencil flings out of my hand all the time. Like, it's prone to falling out of my hand, like, all the time. Like, I had this with, at Smithing Comic Convention. Like, the light pencils will just fling out of my hands. Oh, yeah, I see what I'm doing. Yeah. It's kind of like, this, like, my Wacom pen is fairly heavy. Like, compared to a normal pencil, my Wacom pen's pretty heavy. So that's kind of what I'm used to. It probably feels like, kind of like a mechanical pencil. Maybe a little bit lighter than a mechanical pencil. But like it has like a bit of weight to it. Right, and then bring that down that way. And then that's going down that way. And then a bit of a shadow down there too. And then eyelashes. Yeah, because of the hard right. Yeah. It's got all like the connectivity stuff within it, right? So, but I like that it's a bit weighty, this pen. But I mean, you can get like alternative pens or Wacom devices as well. But I've never ever tried them, so I can't tell you if I like them or not. Right, I feel like that can be slightly smaller. and then let me draw the rest of his eyelash down there too. Because again, I think when I've drawn his hair strand in, it's kind of covered up where his actual eyes should kind of go. There we go. Right, okay, and then we're gonna have a drip down here. Right, okay, so how did I draw this? Because his neck scarf is kind of covering everything. Alright, okay, so his neck scarf goes down there. And then I guess the collar of his shirt down here goes down here. Go down that way. And then that goes all the way down there. Right, and then his vest line starts down there. And then, yeah, okay, I think that would do it. And then if we add, actually I might just move this eye up just a tad. Maybe adjust it that way a bit, and turn it this way a bit. Something like that, maybe. Okay, is there any more tears I'm missing? I don't think there is, but I might add one more kind of... Oh yeah, there's one over here that it's just escaping slightly. We want to bring that one down that way. And then I kind of want one going off of his chin here. Okay, and then if we make that a bit more crunchy. By the way, all this time I haven't called your name once. Ever since I've joined, I haven't told your name once. Is that weird? No. It's really not that weird. People do that all the time. It didn't really bother me if you use my name or not, so... I mean, I'm very used to people, because I used to go online by Melody Elodie. That's what you see on, like, my Instagram. I still go by Melody Elodie. Like, even my art bite goes by Melody Elodie. So, like... You know, so I used to be called Melody a lot, even though my name is Elodie, so... Okay, if we bring that down there... And then if we bring it down that way... Right, and then I think... I don't know if we can add any more violent lines on, really. Because if anything, I kind of want some more highlights through here. Through the blushes, I mean. So we're just going to rub out some of these. It gives a little bit of 3D dimension to it as well. But even with the screen tones, once we put the screen tones in, it should look pretty good as well. We put that up there. Okay, and then we need shadow lines under his neck here. I think that's just as blush, yeah. Okay, brilliant. Oh yeah, that's the art thing started yesterday. Yes, someone's already attacked me, and I haven't advertised it this year. But yeah, so yeah, art fight has started, and I didn't advertise, and someone's already attacked me. So I guess I've got to get a move on with art fight. But I might work on it during the cruise. You know, I'll do some drawing during the cruise. But the thing is, I don't have my Cintiq obviously on the cruise, so my art skills probably won't be as good as per usual. But you know, it's just a bit of fun, isn't it? In the end of the day, you know, my work doesn't have to be perfect on art fight. What is he growing? Essentially, the scene that you're kind of reading here, it's kind of like everything in the first arc kind of comes to this point. But essentially, it's the first time that Larkin's kind of stood up for himself in terms of, you know, against Sir Ali. In terms of Sir Ali is dead, but he's never ever really got justice for himself, Larkin, and now it kind of feels like it's too late to get justice because of Sir Atlee, because now he's dead. So in a way, the scene is finally Larkin standing up to himself, even though it's like against Fleur here, but Fleur has very similar intentions to Sir Atlee, so I feel like for Larkin it's quite an emotional moment, so that's why he's swearing. But yeah, if you haven't read the Thieves stuff enough, you wouldn't understand why he's emotional here. Oh, he's angry. Yeah. In this specific panel, he's angry, but like, yeah, he's more like trying to explain his frustrations with Fleur as well as Atlee in this, right? So you can literally see in this next bubble down here. You can see this. So it's like you're just like Atlee taking what isn't yours. Yeah. Because to defeat the Sacred Undead, which is Fleur's group, humans are oblivious tools to liberate vampires. Lloyd, me, and even Squire just steps on your ladder, and when you're no longer useful, the next page says, you push, which is literally Larkin essentially doing a pushing motion off the chandelier. But yeah, again, like, this scene is quite long, so this doesn't cover everything. But yeah, it said, like, Fleur called Larkin like a liar and stuff about Sir Atlee, even though she did know the truth. So yeah, Larkin's a bit pissed off because of it. Because basically she's been using all of Larkin's internal fears about telling the truth against Larkin throughout the entire first arc. So yeah, there's multiple reasons why he's upset in this chapter. Also, I don't know why I'm starting screen toning, considering I haven't finished this bottom panel yet. I should probably do that first and hold. I think we're rushing too much. Let's get this bottom panel screen toned first. Sorry, not screen toned, line art first. Alright, so if we take that away... So, emotional, kind of like Naruto crying for Sasuke leaving the village, I guess. So, I mean, again, I haven't read Naruto, so, but I guess it probably kind of is the equivalent in the first arc, as you will, so. But no one's actually leaving Larkin. It is more like his own personal qualms, you know? And, you know, he feels like, you know, he can finally say what he really wanted to say to Atlee, even though Atlee's dead. And, you know, it should hopefully give Larkin the motivation to actually tell the truth to the public, so, about what he's been doing to Larkin, so. Right, actually this can just be in pen now. I don't think we need it in pencil. Right, and then we've got a stray strand down here. By the way, I come to love the my art style is so pretty. Yeah, I like the art style too. Also, the ZZ art style is because of cool. Yes. Hiya, how you doing, Evie? Yeah, welcome to my live stream. It is a very late live stream today. It's a very late, chill live stream, so. Right, I need random bots to stop inviting me to their live stream. That would be good, because I keep thinking it's like one of those robot verification things, and it's not. Just a random invite. Alright, if we draw strands in his hair. Alright, and then bring that way. Oh yeah, for people who don't know, if you're new here and you like my work, I do have a Discord server where I kind of tell everyone when I'm going live. So, you know, if you're interested in coming back in the future, I'd recommend joining my Discord and getting the notifications, because I kind of go live at random points. I don't really have a schedule in place. So again, like, if you're interested in seeing my future streams, I'd recommend checking out my Discord. It's a very chill community on there. You don't have to chat. You can just wait for the notifications to pop up for my live streams. But we do have a very chill community over there if you want to join us. Right, and then bring that down that way. Oh yes, and then this one's going behind his ear, isn't it? So it will happen in a minute, so keep an eye out. Alright, and that goes down that way. Thank you so much for all the follows, guys. I really appreciate it. Right, and then if you draw the hair strands down there. Ay, ay, ay. I haven't even... Okay, I kind of spoilers for, like, chapter 11 here, but you'll probably see in the next few pages that I work on anyway. I'm sure, you know, you guys will get spoiled anyway. But essentially, Larkin gets... basically falls off the chandelier. And you see, I feel like it's quite obvious. Like, I placed him on the chandelier for a reason, right? But, like, I can't wait to not draw Larkin's hair in a ponytail. It's like, I'm hoping to get it loose. I think that's what I've decided on. I kind of want his hair to go loose when he falls off. So that will happen in the future, and I can't wait to draw a different hairstyle for him. It should be quite nice. Nice changes in pace for a few pages. You did the do the thing. Do what thing? What? Larkin falling off the chandelier. I'm not telling you the reason why he's falling off the chandelier, but he does fall off the chandelier. Now the verification thing. What verification thing? Is this in relation to TikTok? I don't think I've been verified for anything, no? Unless I'm like hallucinating. I've got... Yes, I don't know what you're on about. I don't know what I've been verified for. Like, I did set up like a Discord fan club ages ago. The robot. Oh, that's all Corey's doing. The notification bot is all Corey's setup. So you can thank Corey for that on the Discord. It is a lot more useful, isn't it, to see when I'm live. Instead of relying on like TikTok notifications that don't always get pushed out. Yeah. So you can thank Corey. I don't know if Corey's still here, but yeah, Corey set it up. Alright, and then we've got another tear falling off down here. Ay. I'll bring that down that way. Right, and then that goes down there. Right, and then I don't know. I mean, I can draw his jaw going up that way and then draw his hair strands going back here, I guess. Right, and then I'll draw his cheek. Right, and then if we draw his neck scarf in. There, you're free from that for another. Oh yes. Oh, you're talking about the capture thing. Oh no, the capture thing didn't appear. I don't know why. Yeah, the capture thing didn't appear. I'm sorry, I get what you're talking about now. Do you have any steps for art that is kind of an art style specifically? Oh, sorry, any tips for art? It depends what you're after, really. Like, again, like, my main focus is, like, comics, so, like, storytelling is, like, a very important aspect of what I do. So for me, it's like I look about the storytelling in the artwork itself in terms of like paneling and lettering, all things that are focused in the comic world when it comes to storytelling. Because that's like the most key important aspect of my drawings. And again, like even emotional faces, like guys, I didn't realize this, but until chapter 8, I don't think I've ever drawn in my life someone crying. But in chapter 8, I drew someone crying for the first time. Like, so like drawing emotions is really important, guys. Because, you know, you gotta make your characters look ugly when they're crying. Like, they can't look too pretty. I say that, but I feel like Larkin somehow still looks pretty even when he's crying. I don't know how I made that work, but usually they should kind of look ugly when they're showing the extreme expression. But yeah. Right, and then bring that down that way. But yeah, I mean, I've got like plenty of like art tips on my profile. Like, if you scroll down on my TikTok profile, there is some like art tips, but I think they're more like comic focused in general. So yeah, I said my art tips, like, you know, sometimes they're like, oh yeah, this is how I do a basics of a head and stuff like that, like actual drawing tips, like that, like basic stuff. I do have on my profile as well, but like if you're talking about like actual comic work, I do have other stuff like that on my profile. Sorry, I'm not really really particular stuff. Yeah, it's fine. I said I'm not that well versed in TikTok either. I'm still like getting used to the live stream features. Like, I'm slowly understanding everything that you can do on a live. Like, I think I've set up like subscriptions now on TikTok, so you guys can like subscribe to me for like a month or something and support me financially that way. I think that's set up now. I don't know how you access that on your side, folks, but I think I've set that up. I mean, I don't ever expect people to do so, you know, so you know, it's totally up to you if you want to support me. But like, I'd rather you guys go and support me on Patreon, you know, rather than subscribe to me on TikTok, because you get way more perks on my Patreon. So but I almost need to join before he was just on though. I mean, look, man, I don't think it would have gone far on the Discord server if you did accidentally released it. Then bring that way. And bring that shadow up a bit more. Okay, brilliant. And then this one goes down that way slightly. Right, and then we got like a straight tier down there. Right. Bring that down that way. And then the highlights on his eyes. And then we need another one down here. Brilliant. Alright, same down here now. Also, I'm going to edit the photo so it's not as stressed, so it actually looks normal. Yeah, that would be a good idea. Especially when you're doing traditional art, like, if you could try and make the lighting and stuff even look better as well, it would present your art a lot cleaner too. And make it look more presentable. And go bring it that way. And then bring that here. Okay, and then right, and then how's he looking? Oh, his pupils just need to come in slightly on that side, I think. Let me flip the canvas and see what's going on. But yeah, this one can come in maybe slightly sooner. And then bring that way. Okay, I think that's fine. Alright, and then we just need to draw some blushy lines now again. So let's do that. So what did I use? I think it was this one before. And then some of this as well. Right. Okay, that's fine. And then we just need to rub some of this out as well. Because essentially we want like one side of the tears to stand out, be pure in pure white. So same down here. Brilliant. Same here, same down here. Okay. Right, and then we got some of his back hair here that I forgot to draw in as well, so let's draw that in. Alright, and then shirt collar or your buttons. That would be a good idea. And then bring that down this way too. Right, I'm trying to keep an eye out for the robot capture thing. I don't know if an hour's really passed from live streaming, but it seems like it could happen any time now, so I'm trying to keep an eye out. I just say it happens around the hour mark, but I mean, if the hour mark's already pretty much completely passed, then I won't worry about looking. Right, and then let me draw a little stress line over here. Right, and then we need to draw a little line down here. So where's my line brush? Okay, we need to be a bit thicker than that. Maybe 13. Okay, maybe a bit thicker than that. Maybe a 20. Yeah, 20 is about right. And down here too. Okay, fine. And then I just want to make this slightly bolder on this side. I kind of just want it to stand out from the pillar a bit. Kind of like that. Right, and then let me just fill in the gaps for the pillar here too. There we go. Because he should be kind of leaning forward in this scene, because obviously like he's behind the pillar here, and then he should lean forward in Fleur's sight. So right, and then let's draw the outline of Fleur. Again, we don't need to go into too much detail with Fleur here, because I'll just do a gradient for her. So we'll just follow what I've sketched out for her here. Hold on, I'm gonna get my phone so I'll be mute for a bit. Yeah, that's fine. It says we'll be chilling. We'll just be doing some line art. So go and do what you need to do. Alright. And then bring the hairstyle up that way. Oh my word, we're almost at 5k likes. Thank you, folks. I really appreciate it. Right, and then bring that down this way. We've seen line down there. Right, and then that goes down there. And we can bring that up that way. And then the rest of her shirt will go down that way. Brilliant. And then one line down that way. Brilliant. Right, and then if you draw the rest of her neck in and her face. Brilliant. Okay, and then that should we can just cover that in white, and then that should be okay. I'm just going to tidy up the edges here. Oh, I just want to bring that up down. There we go. Okay, and then this can be tidied down here as well. Okay, let's select this now. Okay, so new layer. Let's put a white background behind her. So we go like that. I don't think there's any gaps we're missing. That's fine. Okay, and then what I want to select this because we can start on the screen tones here now. You see, so it means we can work on everything else. Right. So we want that one to go down that way. I don't want her to be like. I want your concentration to basically be on lock in here, right? So that's what I'm doing her on a gradient. Okay, and then the background behind her here. This will be in black. Go like that. Brilliant. Okay, and then let's work on the screen tones up here. I'll finish it off. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. I'm just going to turn off Lark and Splashline so just because it's going to interfere otherwise with the screen tone, which I don't want. Otherwise we'll just get some really weird gaps. I'm just going to turn that off for a second. Right, and bring that down that way. And keep going. Right, and then we need 7 for the eyes as well. So, and then we need to do the highlight in his eye. There we go. Okay, and then we need 90 for the shadows here. So let's do that. Right, and then if we select this layer, let's turn that off. Right, and then we'll just put in the shadows. Right, and then we want some shadows down here. Welcome back, welcome back. You haven't missed much. I just started on the screen tearing process, so like literally you haven't missed that much at all, really. Right, and then a big shadow down there. I feel like this is people's favourite part for people to watch, is the screen tone section. I don't know, I feel like it's quite satisfying from a viewer standpoint, I feel like my screen toning. Right, and then bring that down that way. And then bring that down that way too. And then some shadows bringing back down there too. Brilliant. Okay, we're almost there. Right, and then pull that one in. Oh, so if we turn the 70 back on now, brilliant. Okay, and then if we put the highlights in. And then I'm just seeing, maybe you just want a bit of shadow down here too. There we go. Okay, and then if we add a few more, so like down there on the bottom strands and on the ponytail. Brilliant. Okay. Alright, and then should we do 50 next? I think we should do 50. Right, so we do a 50 tone down there. And we select all of this. Oh, I forgot to draw a line down here. This is why I always like doing screen toning, because I can see my mistakes, and then I forgot to draw a line down there. There you go. Brilliant. Okay, and then is there anything else? Oh yeah, be one down here too. Okay, so we need a 60 now. So if I select an area down here, 60. Right, and then we're going to select the 50 layer, turn that off for a second. Right, and then we're going to put the shadow in. So you don't, with the lowest, with the lowest panels? Yeah, exactly. I said I do like one layer at a time, but like all my screen tones are on one layer, but like I prefer to do screen tones like one panel at a time. And then there's just, you know, once everything's kind of done, you know. Right, and then bring that in. Oh yeah, shadows under here too on the column. Right, okay, and then we need 90 for the vest lines down here. Brilliant, and then we need also 80. And then we can work on the 10% in a second, so we can put his brush back on and stuff in a bit. Okay, so we need the pattern now. So we need to turn this layer to a grayscale. And where is his clothing pattern? Here it is. Right, so bring that down. There we go. Okay, and then turn that on to screen tone. Right, and let's put his 10% in now. So 10. What's the story of your manga? Yeah, so you follow a downtrodden scientist called Larkin, who is this person who's crying here in the moment, but also the purple person on the front cover of my manga volume here. And basically, you follow a downtrodden scientist who discovers a mysterious book that leads him down a path of mystery, magic, and murder. And then essentially, one night he gets attacked by a vampire, but he's saved by this man over here called Fletcher. And you know, he kind of exposes himself with having magic and things like that. So Larkin's exposed to this whole magical world, but the next morning they find out that Larkin has been framed for his boss's murder. So basically it's this whole adventure of trying to clear Larkin's name. Fletcher is a detective, so there's a whole detective agency that the story's kind of set around as well. So if you kind of like case study Vanitas, Bungo Stray Dogs, The Grey Man, Black Butler, Moriarty the Patriot, like those sort of series, you'll probably like my manga. That's the quick and simple explanation of my manga. Alright, and then 10%, okay. Then we put the shadows in here. Oh yeah, I feel like that'd be 90 down there. It's just kind of, it is probably his hair down here, so. Right, and then I'm just gonna put that in 10% anyway. Same with his fingers, we'll do 10 down there, on his knuckles. And then in between his fingers too. And then a big shadow down there too. Yeah, he's canonically racist for Dragon Ball. Oh, is he? I do, again, I haven't seen Dragon Ball, so I feel like a lot of your references probably go over my head. I do apologise. I feel like I'm like the rare person that hasn't seen Dragon Ball. Right, and then bring that down that way. And join here. Oh, I'm seeing. Just put that in. Right, then under his neck as well down here. And his ear. Brilliant. Okay, and then if we quickly just rub out the tears down here. Just like that. And down there too, and down here. I just kind of want them to be as bold as possible, so that's all. Okay, and then if you turn on the blushies again. Right, and then I think I kind of want to get a 20 here. But like, I kind of got a plan in mind for this, so bear with me. Right, so I want probably this one. Okay, let's think about this. Kind of go like that across everything. Yeah, and then let's rub this out manually. So we take that out. Right, and then we want to get rid of the tears down here too. Right, so let's make that stronger. Same with down here. And definitely over here we need to. There we go. Oh yes, and then there was some 10% down here that we need to get rid of. There we go. Right, and then we need to put 10 on his eyeball here too. There we go. Okay, and then we need 30 for his mouth. And then I think that's pretty much all the screen tone layers that we're missing for the most part. There you go. Now that's a fat Wacom, yes. I think it is the biggest Wacom tablet you can get, which is the Cintiq 32. It's a very big boy, as you will. I love it though. Right, and then if we put a bit of shading down here. Thank you so much for all the follows, guys. I really appreciate it. Right, and then is there anything? Oh yeah, his hand over here. I don't know, maybe I should do this in 30 his hands. Just because I kind of wanted it to be pretty much properly in shadow. Or I don't want it to screen tone everything. Don't do that to me. Thank you. There we go. Right, and then we got this pillar here as well. So let's figure this out. I kind of want to do a slight gradient maybe. Kind of like that maybe. Right, and then what I kind of want to do is go on top of this green tone layer, and I'm going to maybe do something like that. Or maybe not drag it down like that, I just want it in like one spot. Kind of like that, and same maybe here. And same maybe here. I just kind of blur it out slightly. And like that. And then maybe bring that back just slightly. Kind of like that. Also, thanks for not judging me for assuming that nah, you said like man. people simp for weird things like that. That is like the most basic simping I've ever seen, you know? Like that does not faze me, okay? I'm 23 years old, like I've seen things that you probably don't ever want to see. It's like that is absolutely fine. Like, that's really normal. Will yours be reading from right to left? Like traditional manga, or left to right? Right to left, like Japanese manga. It's formatted right to left. Even in the physical release, it is as well, so you can read it that direction too. So, yeah. Yeah, it is formatted right to left. Check, share your work channel. Hello, I drew Fairy Out for the first time. I will do after live stream. I try and avoid opening Discord during live if I can. So. But I will after live stream. Right, okay, and then let's draw his hand here. Why do you feel bad for Corey? Like, I've drawn Fairy Out before. Like, a very long time ago. Like, I'm talking like... how old was I? It must have been like almost 10 years ago, if not like 9 or 8 years ago. It's been a long time. But I mean, I have monster OCs, but I don't really know if that really counts as fairy. Really, they're just like monsters. How long did it take you to complete your first volume? It took me roughly a year and a half. I'm not a full-time manga artist or anything, I should emphasize this. Like, if I was a full-time manga artist, I'd probably get, like, a volume out, like, every 8 months. Probably, yeah, around 8 months, I would say. But no, it took me about a year and a half to get my first one out. And then this one, probably about a year and a half as well. Once I get volume 2 out, it'll probably take me that long as well. Alright, and then we've got screen tone for this color as well. Let's do that. So let's create a new folder, screen tone. Right, and then we just kind of want it to go down that way. Alright, and then... oh, I think there might be some white up here, so we probably might need to erase that in a second. Right, where's this white layer? Alright, so that's one's up here. Yeah, it is. Okay, let me finish, clear out the leakage here. There we go. Okay, so we just want to remove that. There we go. Right, and then we want this to be black, I believe. I think that's what I want it to be. Or at least one of the sides black. I think I want the sides closer to the flare in black. Like this one in white, and then the other side black. I'm going to see Tuesday. I don't know what time it is for you, but I'm 20. Yeah, it's almost half an hour till midnight here, so I will be logging off soon as well. So I don't think I'll get this entire page screen done, even though we're almost there. I don't think we will tonight. I'm actually Eastern European, so it's done till different. Yeah, it's not much later for you. Good night. I think you're UK too. But are you? Yes, I am UK. And then put the black down. Yeah. Boop. Right, actually, I might want this 20 in the back here. Right, and then we are getting some leakage into her face here, which is my fault because I don't think I did the lines tidy enough. So if we just quickly fix that for a sec, and then I'll draw that line in. Right, okay. So if I select this, there we go. Okay, and then we've definitely got a gradient going down here on her face. Right, and then I'm going to do that manually just because there's a lot of lines. Right, so let's do that. Gently does it. Alright, that goes down that way. And down that way. And I want to bring that down here. Okay. And that goes down. No, okay, and then hopefully we can do everything else. Kind of like that. And down there. Okay. We're getting there. It's just a bit annoying when the lights are so scratchy to do screen tones, but it's fine, we're getting there. Let's bring that down that way. What's your all-time favourite manga anime that you've read or watched? My favourite anime is an anime series called Kyo Kara Orewa. So it's from the 90s. It's like a delinquent comedy action anime series. It's my favourite anime, but my favourite manga of all time is Deco Man. So, you know, they're pretty different. Ooh, it looks nice and scary. Yes, I just need to add a bit more grit to it, but it will come. It will come. So I just want to do heavy shading for this. So I kind of want like 30 down there. Bring that down, and then I just want a bit of shadow down here too. Alright, and then we want even a heavy shadow on her actual skin itself. Right, and then I actually want her hair probably to actually be 10 itself. So actually I want this entire panel to be at least 10. I feel like I realize that's a bare minimum. And then we can add 20 in and stuff. Right, and then let's add 20 in. Right, actually let's turn it off and then I'll put the shadow in. There we go. Again, it doesn't need to be perfect, as long as it's kind of there. The messier the better, in my opinion, for panels like this. It's fine if I post a photo drawing? Yes, yeah, of course, yeah. Feel free to. He said, either just go, like, feel free to share any art. Yeah, honestly, he said, don't worry. Feel free to post what you like. And then turn that on. Okay, brilliant. Okay, and then I probably want to bring this gradient down even further. Kind of like that, and then again, I was talking about wanting a glow here earlier. I might just add it here slightly, but I just want a slight glow on top as well. I like that. Okay, maybe that's a little strong. I just kind of want a subtle glow effect, really. There we go. Right, and then maybe her teeth as well can have a bit of a highlight on it. I just think we have things that we can highlight. Right, brilliant. Okay, and then I kind of want the back of her head to be flirty now, looking at it. So let's do that. Right, and then the shadow under her neck needs to be pretty heavy too, so I think I might go in with 50 for this. Alright, actually I might go in manually for this, because I feel like I'm going to miss spots otherwise. Alright, and then bring that down that way. Same with down here. Ba-ba-da-bum. Right, and then again we need shading down here as well. Right, brilliant. Right, and then I feel like I can add maybe a little bit of noise texture to this panel as well. So let's think about what we can do. Let me see, monochrome. Effects, dark. I don't know what I've got. I'm just gonna play around with what I have. I feel like, because I've got like this wonky ass one here. I might need to down to grey scale actually. Grey. I kind of just want a slight overlay. I feel like. Let's just decrease that slightly. There we go. Alright, then pretend that on the screen tone. There you go. So this is a slight effect. Does that add a little bit more texture to the panel, that's all. And then, I mean, I could add a bit of pencil stuff on it, but I think it'll be alright. I'll leave it like that. I don't want to overdo it. Recently I've been playing a game, the art has been really beautiful. It's called Punishing Grey Raven. It's an apocalyptic-esque game, and the story's very good if you're up to reading, because it's almost without cutscenes. Yeah, I'm not really big into gaming recently. I used to be a bit more of a gamer, I think, in my teen years, but like nowadays I don't really game at all. Like the most gaming I do really is like City Skylines and Sims 4. But even then, I haven't done that for a long time. But I've got this, I've got a Switch and stuff, and I play on my Switch. But yeah, I said I'm not a big gamer anymore, but I'll keep it in mind. I'll definitely keep it in mind. Let me bring that down that way. Right, and then 90 down here. Right, and then we set the 70 here. Right, and then let's put in the 90 shadow here. Also, it's a gacha game. I don't know why, but gacha games always have the best art. Yes, I agree. I personally never get into gacha games. Like, when I tried out Genshin, I did not like it. It's just definitely not the sort of game I gravitate towards. Like, I'd rather play, like, Dragon Quest or something compared to Genshin, you know what I mean? So... Right, and then put the highlights down here. And maybe one down there, one up here. But this game, battle mechanics are unique. Oh, that's good. I like unique battle mechanics. Like, you gotta remember, like, you're talking to the gal who really likes Five Nights at Freddy's. So I like simple games. My favourite games of all time is Paper Please. Like, and that's a really bare bones game. Like, it's a very simple mechanic. but it is my favourite game. It's like little stories series like that with a little bit of, you know, unique game mechanics and stuff like that is what I enjoy. And I like a bit of lore and a bit of like figuring out my own head and making my own theories about what's happening and stuff. Like it's a lot to like Papers, Please world that we really don't know anything about, but I kind of like that I can make up like stories in my mind about what's happening in this world. You were like him, I think? That's good. Okay, I'll keep it in mind. I don't know if you will have to see him like the best of guys. Fair enough. Fair enough. Right, okay, and then let's do that. Okay. Alright, so if we put that under here. Right. And then we shadow under here, down there. I don't want to touch the tier really. Right, then go down there, shadow on the nose. Right, brilliant. And then down here. Brilliant. Okay, so and then it's 30 for the mouth as well. So 30. There you go. Alright, okay, and then if we bring the blushy lines back onto this face again. Right, and then if anything, I feel like I kind of want a heavier shadow down here, just to make his face stand out a little more. Okay, so if we go 20 for these parts down there. Right, let's see that down here. Brilliant. Okay, and then if we go 20 for the blush up here too, like before. Right, and then we'll remove the highlights for the tears and the eyes. There we go. Put that in. Boop, 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 boop. Brilliant. Okay, and then down here too. And down here. And definitely here too. Okay, and then let's get rid of the eyeball as well. Alright, and then I'm just seeing some leakage from some other parts, so let's get rid of that too at the same time. Alright. There you go. There you go. That definitely looks like Larkin growing. By the way, lashes, eyelashes for a man, I still like it, yes. He's got better eyelashes than Elowin. This is not Elowin, this is Fleur, but the other female character you've seen me draw in this chapter, Larkin's got better eyelashes than her. Oh yes, let me get rid of the blush down here. Right, so if we go 70, right, where's my 70 layer? There we go. Right, so let's plonk that down, bring that way. Nice, okay, and then shadow all the way over here. Okay, nice. Right, and then, oh, you're not going to behave yourself, are you? Okay. There you go. Okay, and now we need 90. Oh, remember this part too. Okay, now we need 90. Actually, I'll put this in first. I'll put his eyes in first, because again, we're back to normal eyes again. Right, okay, so like this. 90. So let's do the back of his hair. Same with down here. We can do all 90. Same with the bottom part of his hair here. Not all of that, thank you. Thank you so much for all the likes, guys. I really appreciate it. Right, and bring that down there. Bring it over here. And down there. And keep with the shadows here. Brilliant. Right, and then if we bring that down that way. You know, guys, I'm boiling alive in my room again, but I mean, I'm almost done with this now, so I'm not gonna bother turning on the fan, just for everyone's sanity who's watching today. But again, like, we're almost there over, so I shouldn't boil alive for too long. Right, and then go down that way. And we bring that down here. And one more down there. Okay, so if we turn that on. Brilliant. Okay, and let's add some highlights. Down there. Down there. Okay, I'm gonna need some bond strands down here too. Brilliant. Right, okay, and then let's work on his neck. His neck scarf seems rather big here. Looking at it. Like, if anything, it needs to go lower down. So let me remove this. I'm just going to make it slightly smaller than I've drawn it. I feel like it should be this line down here. That should be his neck scarf. Alright, so if we bring that down, I'm just going to bring the shadow a bit more darker down here to Adam's apple neckline. And that looks a bit more right. How long have you been drawing? Like, drawing this page? Or how long have I been drawing of all time? There's two very different answers for those questions. Thank you so much for the follows. I really appreciate it. Thank you, folks. Right, okay, let's draw 10 down here. By the way, I like the characters with like iconic katana. Is that yeah, so sick? Yes. I like characters with like really like standout weapons. I feel like I can remember their characters very clearly if they got like a standout weapon that they use. Right, let's draw shadows underneath the tear lines again. There is blush lines, just to let you know, folks. It's just I've just got them turned off whilst I'm working on the screen tones here. But we'll turn them on as soon as we get his face done. There we go. Okay, so let's turn the blush lines on again. So panel 5. There we go. Okay. Okay. I think we only need a gentle 20% here. I don't think we need to go crazy. Because it seems like the blush marks are doing most of the work for us here. There you go. Okay. Right, so let's get rid of it on the eyes again. And then we'll get rid of it on the tears as well. So let's do that. So we need a small little brush. There we go. Right, and then tear down here. Tear here, tear down here. Brilliant, and then down there, and then I'm just seeing that this highlight needs to stand back out. Right, I think that should be alright. Right, and then we need 10% for his eyes here. So that goes down that way. And down that way too. There we go. Okay, and then 50 for his next scarf. Right, so we put that in. There we go. And down there. Right, so if we select that. Right, and then that needs to be 60. So should that all in. There we go. Okay. Oh, and actually down here we need 2 as well. That's fine. Right, brilliant. And then I completely missed a section here, looks like. There we go. Alright, and then 90. That'd be down here. Brilliant. Okay, and then 80, which will be these strands here. And I'm just seeing there might be just a little line that needs to be put here. 1 second. There we go. It's like a little line that needs to be added there. Right, and then if we do the pattern on his vest now, so let's do that. Grading pattern. I need to make this slightly bigger. Okay, and that one needs to be slightly bigger as well. There we go. Right, oh, and I forgot to draw his bag line. This is what I always do. Right, let me do this on a different layer. So let's put it above this green tone layer. Right, and then we need this to be black. And then I need my G pen to be white. So we need a bag line here because I always forget to draw his bag, as you guys can see. So let's draw that. I don't forget to turn the screen tones off for a second. Okay. Alright, and let's just adjust that. Dun, 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 dun. Brilliant. Okay, so if we turn the screen tones back on again. Right, let me readjust this bag line. Right, so again, it could just be a finished strap. There we go. Okay, and then if we bump that up, the line weight. Okay, and then that can be a 50 layer for that. If it wants to select it, thank you very much. So 50, and then we also want that to be 60 because I want to do a gradient here. So 60. And then let's get a gradient brush and we're just going to pat that down. There we go. Alright, and what's happened with Duncan's mouth? Let's turn that back on. There we go. He looks a bit weird then. I don't know what happened when that turned off, but there you go. By the way, when I think I first came to your streams, the first thing I typed was the iconic "Hey, it's me, Goku." Yes. I think it was something like that, wasn't it? I know you're talking about Goku. I was like, that was my first impression of you. You were talking about Goku. Right, and then we put that in. So I'm always like, oh yeah, it's the Goku guy. Right, and then we put that up there. Brilliant, okay. And then if we put that in the gradient as well, just slightly lighter than flare over here. Right, and then I'm just going to quickly turn that down to, there we go. Okay, and then we just erase that. There you go. Right, and then I think we could probably add a bit of light on the back of his neck down here. There we go. Alright, and then again, I kind of want to add some more white on top like I did with this top layer here. For this one. Kind of like that. Right, and then down here too. And then I'm just going to bring that back a bit. And this one. Alright, okay, let me preview that for a second. Also, I might bring his tail down just a tad. Just make it a bit bigger than I've drawn it. Alright, let me preview. Preview. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, let's have a look. Yeah, I'm happy with that page. He's definitely growing this page, which, yeah, he looks emotional, which is, compared to the other panels, like, yeah, he's pretty determined, if not scared. But yeah, it definitely looks like he's definitely growing, which is the main thing. I'm just making sure it fits in with everything else I've drawn. So, yeah, he's starting to tear up here, and then he goes into full-blown crying over here, so... Right, and then Fleur looks scary, which is also another good thing. Again, she stands out, but she still looks scary, so... I think that's right. Yeah, I think the line art's the right weight as well, so that's the main thing as well. Okay, I'm gonna leave that page here then. I think that's me done for tonight. I don't think I'll get this page done before the cruise. So this will probably wait until after the cruise, this page over here on the left. But we are officially halfway done. We're officially halfway done. Which is so good. As I said, I'm so glad we're halfway. Because I don't think it's really been that long since I started working on chapter 11, so I'm very pleased that we're halfway. So thank you so much for everyone who's joined me today. That will be the live stream over. So if you want to come on my Discord server, you know, I try to let people know in advance when I'm going live. So if you want to join a small community of people, you can always join the Discord in my link in my bio. If you scroll down, you should be able to find it. If not, then you can always follow my TikTok page. You can read my comic online video, the link in my bio too. But yes, instead, apart from that, I will all see you guys in the future, either tomorrow or after I come back from holiday in about just over a week's time. So until then, I'll see you later. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Congrats on reaching the halfway point. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. It's a big goal. It's a big goal reaching the halfway point. So I really appreciate it. But yes, I will see you guys later. Bye bye.